Fitness's weekly podcast. Today we have a special guest. I'm here at Fitz Toronto and we're going to be interviewing Dr. Lam. Dr. Lam is a strength and conditioning coach and a sports medicine chiropractor. So without further ado, Dr. Lam, would you like to come in? How's it going? How are you?
Very good.
So Dr. Lam, it's that time of the year. It's August, almost the start of the hockey season. And I get a lot of emails from parents asking me, what kind of exercises should my child be doing? Because they all want to be the next Sidney Crosby, right? So, you know what? I kind of want to tail it back a little bit and ask you, how young is too young? What would you suggest the parents out there? When do they put their kids into sport? How long, how young, how old? What's too old, what's too young?
Okay, I'm going to answer this in several different parts. Exposure into any sport can begin very young. You can have skiers that are just like learning how to ski like at age 1, even 2 years old. They're really fun, they're really small, they're going down the hill, they're having lots of fun. Just like in hockey, kind of keeping things informal, you could be out in an ice pond or in the backyard, learning things, getting exposed to what it feels like to have a hockey puck on a stick, skating, doing all that kind of fun stuff. But what matters is, in terms of age and development, is what the government spent a lot of money actually on. Right. And it's called the long-term athletic development model. And that's a fantastic model that parents can actually go to the website. So you can go to Google, type in long-term athletic development, and you're going to find this amazing government website. And this initiative involved many scientists, many different consultants, both in strength conditioning, psychology, physiology, pretty much you name it. Many people were involved to create guidelines exactly for this reason. So when do you want to start? Well, you can start at any age, but the focus needs to be on the fundamentals. Right. Learning exactly how to skate, basic movements, being exposed to an environment that's kind of more focused on having fun as opposed to being too serious. That being said, as they progress, usually around 12, 13 years of age, they're going to start undergoing puberty, and there's going to be this really amazing event which is a peak growth velocity. That's when they're actually going to start developing. That's actually a great period for specialization to begin. Specialization in terms of training, because the window of opportunity to develop speed, explosiveness, a lot more coordination needs to happen around that specific period. Because studies after studies actually show that that's when they have an opportunity to ingrain motor programs for the rest of their life. That's actually when they can develop speed and power that's going to last the rest of their lives. So if they miss this window of opportunity, it's like they're going to be always taking steps back. They're never going to actually be able to fully develop themselves. After that point, like if you want to become like that next Sidney Crosby, then that's when specialization actually can occur. So according to the long-term athletic development model, right around their growth spurt, you need to learn how to train. You can maybe train to train. Then you're starting to, then afterwards, you're actually training to compete. So usually that's like a nice progression. Highly recommend that the parents out there kind of go out onto that website, learn more about that, because that's the best guidelines for you that exist right now to help direct your kids or your friends' kids or people that you may know that are younger through a proper progression for proper sport development and proper athletic development.
All right, so what you're basically saying is, when they're young, just kind of have fun with your kids, let them enjoy the sport, do a lot of other things, a lot of other sports, and then when they get to that period of puberty, for boys it's about 12 to 14, for girls it's about a little younger, would you say?
Yeah, so it's all a little bit different. Things are kind of changing just a little bit, but usually you can kind of say around 13, 14 males, usually 12, 13 for females.
So 12 to 14 to females, start training them with basic fundamentals, training them right, and then start specializing after that. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Lam. I appreciate it, and I hope that this was a very informative podcast. Till next week.